Gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. B.C. Panda, Head HR, IT and Retail Business at Reliance. Sir has done PhD from Visva Bharati in Organization Excellence and Culture Building through HR and OD interventions. Sir has gained a corporate experience of more than 16 years. He has worked as CHR lead in Global Business HR Operations at Jet Airways, Head HR FMCG Business at IFCO UAE, HR Manager at Zamil Industrials KSA, HR Professional at Birla Copper at Hindelco Industries, HR Professional JK Organization at Eastern Zone. He has worked as HR Strategist, Innovator, Evangelist, contributing for the product and services in the categories of cement, metal, tower and infrastructure, consumer deliverables, FMCG, airlines and hospitality, telecom, retail, IT and ITES, both in India as well as overseas. Sir's passion and goal is the position HR and to create significant value and impact. As a leader and a dedicated individual contributor, he has delivered outstanding results. He has rich experience in setting up the processes and teams for innovation in HR, talent acquisition, HR automation, employee branding, and industry academia partnership. His strengths includes designing, developing, and delivering core HR programs at strategic level and to play instrumental role in creating HR business alliances. Sir, now I kindly request you to please come onto the podium and share your words of wisdom and knowledge and enlighten the young aspiring student managers. Sir, the podium is all yours.
Good morning, all. Thank you very much, Ms. Dibyani, for such a wonderful introduction. I am amazed. I don't know about so much that you told about me. Okay. First of all, my apology, my pardon that, probably I'm late. So I made you people late to start your day. And my heartfelt thanks to the promoter, to all the faculty members, to the students, and the arrangement that you people have done for making this summit so successful. A big round of applause to each and everyone. More specifically to Shakti Singh and Deepika, like they spend their time to bring me from my place to here. And as leader, wherever we are, we should not forget to connect with people, those who are around us, those who are making our days meaningful and successful. So a big thanks to all of you. I come from Reliance Communication. Most of you might have known organizations in 200 years, what they have not built or institutionalized, Reliance Group has done it in over 30 years. So, at times we are in trouble, at times we are into sectoral competitions, but I think a great organization to work with, a great organization to cherish upon, a great organization to have people like you all, the future leaders, the future managers. The context is leadership for future and in ARCOM. ARCOM as well as the Anil Dhirubhai Ambani Group, they have structured and achieved many milestones in terms of setting of leadership standards, and approach the way of life so that they will build the nation as well as they go abroad to have more leaders, better leaders, and leaders for the future. So what it makes actually, how a person, a common person, ordinary person can be an extraordinary leader or a leader into the area of operation, area of, into the location, the vertical, the function, wherever he is working. How can he really do it is a bigger challenge that we should really think of. I don't think that, it's a very, there is any so-called rocket science in it. Anybody among yourselves can really be a great leader for tomorrow, which can be a role model for others. Only thing, you need to really fine-tune your way of life, way of looking at things, way of behaving, and way of making your life and your professional life more successful. The first point that possibly I will make here, that before becoming, like there is, you should not really try for leadership. You should not really try for leadership. You should, the basic premises, what I have understood in the little experience or little exposure that I have, that you should be a human being first. Good human being first. So what about like a good human being? There will be multiple interpretation. May I ask anyone who can volunteer, really say what differentiates a good human being and a normal human being? Let's talk about a good company and a just performing company. It's only the balance sheet. Okay? So in a typical balance sheet, what we all see, like what are the two parameters in a balance sheet? Very nice. So in a balance sheet, typically two things we see, assets and liabilities. Okay? So a good human being has got duas and badduas. Okay? In your professional life, in your personal life, at your home, at society, at economic status quo, you will have two things always. There will be multiple challenges in your life, but still try to gather duas, as much duas you can. These are all your fixed deposit in your different banks. So don't try to be a leader, try to grab as much dua you can. It's a little difficult job when you have social challenges, you have professional challenges, cutthroat competition, like people will be very nice to you in front of you, at back they will be a little different, difficult, but try to have duas, as much duas you can really get. Blessings. Second, it is basically, having people who will celebrate your success. As a leader, you will achieve many milestones, or as a performer, as a doer in any organization, any setup, you will have lot of achievements, lot of accomplishment. But you alone can't enjoy any accomplishment. You need people around you to enjoy accomplishment. So always be a great laughter, a fun lover, love to your people around, have as much as possible friends, guides, mentor, philosopher, supported by your family, social life, and you will see that your life is changing and you are working for them rather than you are working for yourself. So have as many people around you all the time. Like a successful person, probably at his initial years is very, very secluded. But the moment he has done something, he has you will find people talking about him. So this is really talking about the interpersonal skills, interpersonal communication skills within us that must exhibit the talent that we have great friends at work, great friends in the society and in our professional life. Third thing that differentiates between a common person and a leader is the goal setting. Like how many of us in the beginning of the day or in the beginning of the week or in the fortnight or in month, we make our written document, written plan for the day, for the week, for month. Can I see any hand? Those who really make plans, calendar of activities. Few. Nice to know that, at least, we are all making plans. See, Harvard Institute consistently, I think this example might have given by many of my co-speakers. Harvard Institute, in 1979, they made a study among their student entrepreneurs that, like those who have made goals, how successful are they? And those who have not made goal in their life, how successful are they? So during the initial years, only Harvard's consistently performing university institute in the world, it is only 10% of the student managers, they have made goals. And from the 10%, empirical study says only 3% those who have really institutionalized, acted upon their goals. And to your surprise, after 20 years, in 99, again there was a study, what has happened to those goals? And the result is 3% of the alumni, Harvard alumni, they have made wealth equivalent to the 97% of the other rest of those who have not set the goals, equivalent to their wealth. And another study says those 3% are more satisfied, more happy in their personal life than the rest of the 97%. So student managers, may I request that, on daily basis, on weekly basis, on fortnightly basis, have some key action for your days, week, fortnight, and month, so that possibly, like if you are achieving 50%, 30%, 20%, that will definitely differentiate you from the masses. Many people might have read about Abraham Lincoln's life. Okay, and what is that he had in common is the die-hard attitude. When you set your goal as a leader, when you set your goal, you really need to have a lot of perseverance for your goal. You should know that how to achieve the goal and put your consistent effort to really go there and achieve the goal, which Abraham Lincoln has done in his 52nd birthday to become president of US. And he has many failures. So those failures have never stopped him. Rather, he was completely die-hard in terms of achieving something in his life. So as leader, your perseverance, your die-hard attitude to achieve something will definitely help you in build your career and differentiate you from a leader and a common mass. On daily basis, actually, we sometimes learn, we sometimes don't learn. So unlearning and then learning new attitudes, new skills, new competencies will also add to your kitty in terms of, having skills and competencies. So you will learn from whom? Whether you will learn from us, or whether you will learn from the seniors, the professors, or like how you will get the exact learning. The exact learning, as per the studies, is from the people where you are connecting, like your friends, colleagues at works, your juniors, or people those who are grounded, those who are related to ground realities, like operational, always connect with them for great learnings, as well as having their trouble, having their issues, grievances at work, which will definitely help you to know your enterprise skill, as well as help you in terms of addressing few of the queries in your own life. So always learning from the seniors, always learning from the superior is not enough. As per the study, you must learn from the people, those who are beneath you, those who are following you day in and day out, and probably they have better learning, and you should be connected with them day in, day out, so that probably that will help your skills and competency to be a great leader. In ARCOM setting, typically what we are doing, because there are sometimes restlessness in the mind of people because of the sectoral trouble. So we have now initiated a lot of activities which will break the operational silos and have transparent work atmosphere for people, and people will enjoy what they are doing. And it's all around, you have built such a nice institution. We are not now moving from enterprise and entrepreneurship to institution building activities. So the whole gamut of HR, marketing, operational team, what we are all doing now is building institution, building enterprise, and making leaders or so-called successors as transformational agent to the institution that we are building. So in a typical institution building activity, what happens? It talks about, it relates to the accountability, it relates to the commitment, and it relates to the way we work, WWW, or the DNA of any organization. So in last 3-4 years, entire backend has been changed, and the way we work has been changed to see more transformational. So today, like 4 years back, ARCOM, and today ARCOM, there is really, you will be you can feel, the look, feel is there in terms of the changes that we have brought from a particular company and today to a transformational agent institution building company. So these are the initiatives that we have taken in ARCOM to make leaders happy and the followers happy. Now the choice is where we will go from there. We have to have, we thought, and we are in, particularly practicing that having leaders at all level. Leaders at all level will really change the way you work, because one leader cannot make difference in the whole of the organization where 70,000, 80,000 people are working. So leader in every vertical, leader in every work area, leader in every location is important. So our the so-called succession planning, career planning is helping us in terms of identifying leaders, grooming them to the next level, and seeing that they are retained and growing within the organization and making differences. See, me, probably I am branded as a HR person supporting or doing the business partnership role, HR business partnership role, but you will be really shocked knowing that we do 11 field visits in a 22 working days month. So 50% of my time goes in terms of cluster visit, hub visit, region visit, knowing about the typical role of sales and marketing, and meeting distributor, meeting channel partners, and understanding their issues, make the report, make management presentation in terms of how to make our customer, our stakeholder happy, delighted, so that we will not lose a customer. Because in telecom, the competition is with Aircel, Telenor, MTS, Voda, Airtel, and so on and so forth. And it is commoditizing, actually. So we have gone beyond in terms of leadership style as well as institution building style to really catch up with the marketplace as well as reach the customer touch points. In the leadership, what is happening nowadays is, in Arcom story, very difficult to get change agent. That has been a bigger challenge in recent past, because most of our people, like most of our asset, human asset, are basically either 20 years in the system, 25 years in the system. So they have adapted to a particular style. They have adapted to a particular management practice. What they are seeing, they are believing. So they are actually, we are like, people like you, people like, some great organizations. We are having people, change agents, to really come and give their thought process, institutionalize their thought process, and see that new things are happening in the organization. So these are some common, and these are actually like a universal leadership style that Arcom is following. And my expectation from you all as student manager that probably goal setting, die-hard winning attitude, and perseverance. And on the top of that, as a good human being, you should cherish few of these principles and philosophy in your life and learn. Don't stop your learning. Unlearn as much as you can, and then possibly, I think the transformation within you will happen. And when next time, probably when your professors or we will meet you, probably there will be changes within you, and that will take you up. Thank you very much.